Hi guys, how you doing? Kevin here. Hopefully all is well with you. It looks like I'm a bit crooked here. Hang on a second, I try and fix that. I've got the curtains closed behind me here today because um, the sunlight is coming directly into me here. Okay, so I think they say something about that in the video, but I'm not that great at it. So today, first of all, apologies for not getting back to you so quickly, so early. I've had some challenges over the last while. Okay, I'll talk to you about them in another video. But today, I want to keep clarity and focus in relation to helping you understand why people quit things and why they suddenly start things and then they kind of drift away and go back to their old patterns of doing things. Um, this was taught to me a number of years ago by somebody very successful who was a corporate CEO from a company called IBM at the time. Okay, and I just want to go through some of those strategies in and the reasons why he went through. He went through a program where he talked about. Hi guys, how you doing? Excuse me one second. I just need to get some water. So the strategies that I want to talk to you about today are very simple. They'll help you understand why people quit things, why they go back to their old patterns, and you can take these notes and bullet points that I'm going to talk to you about, and then you can understand them more about why people kind of start things and then stop things, and then they never seem to achieve those things. So, the very first thing that I want to talk to you about is a lack of planning. Okay, so a lot of people when they come in, they may be working a traditional job, and then they become an entrepreneur. They start to maybe do a side hustle where they are working their job and then they want to do something alongside their job because they know of things like the economy is changing, fuel prices are going up, energy costs are going up. So now they're looking at a way maybe to say to themselves, well, I want to do something on the side as well as my own career, my own job. This thing is that they suddenly go from having a cushion of a paycheck every week to to not having that. And when people are doing that, they're not used to the long term effect of that. And as a result, they come in very, very quickly to programs and things like that. And they almost expect to be paid instantaneously without actually understanding that they need to put in a lot of work and a lot of, planning, a lot of foundations before they can get the rewards in relation to that. So a lot of people might come along and say, affiliate marketing is really easy. You can become really, really wealthy and really, really rich really, really quickly. And you know, over the beginning of the internet, particularly in the beginning of the internet, a lot of these flashy cars, people would pull up in flashy cars and their jet airplanes and stuff like that, and then they would assume that they could have that within a very short period of time, not understanding that the person who has gone through that process has been planning, has been focused, has been setting realistic goals in relation to doing those things. So that is the very first mistake people make is they assume that because somebody is doing something, they see it in a 3 minute video, that they can actually go out there and produce that same information, that same quality in basically, I think that's Frank, is it? Hi, how are you? Of information in a relatively short period of time. And they're looking for almost like that get rich quick kind of scheme where they think that, they become wealthy overnight. It's not going to work. It never has worked. But people buy into that illusion. It's almost like the lottery mentality, that they're going to become wealthy overnight. And several people have won. Hi, Kieran. Sorry, Kieran. Hi. Several people have won the lottery overnight, but they still haven't got the foundations in place. So, of understanding wealth and how to create and generate that wealth, because they haven't been doing the planning and they haven't been, in that zone where they need to learn things. And as a result, a lot of those people that are in that very soon become unwealthy because of that. Okay, so you really need to have a these are some of the reasons why people fail. Okay, they have a lack of planning. Okay, they have a lack of focus. So for instance, lack of focus is that you're, let's say at the beginning of the year, you're on a health program, you decide to yourself, well, I'm going to start something. And I'm, especially the new year, New Year's resolutions is a particularly good example of that, where people come in, New Year's resolutions, let's go, let's do it, and their focus for the first, 7, 8 days. And by the 21st day of the whole program, a lot of people, about 80% of people have quit and have gone back to that traditional way of doing things. Okay, so that's a lack of focus in relation to what they're doing. And another big one, the third one that I want to talk about is unrealistic goals. Okay, now what they do is they again see somebody maybe that's flying a helicopter, that's going around a jet, that's been working their business off for 10, 15 years. But then they don't see that themselves. All they see is the jet, the airplane, and stuff like that. So they know realistic goals in relation to doing that. Okay. Now, some people come in with kind of itty bitty goals. Okay. And this is what happens to people is if they can replace their income by just doing a couple of hours overtime, some people will actually prefer to do that than actually go and do the work necessary to become successful. Okay. So if they, in other words, if they can get an extra, say, $100 or €100 in their paycheck every month, their longevity is not really there. Okay, because they can do that in their job. Why would they want to build a business alongside it? So teaching people this and understanding that they have to have bigger goals maybe is important. Okay, so they can set goals over a 1 year period. They can set them, break them down into 12 months. Okay, and then into monthly goals, and then into weekly goals, and then into daily goals, and that gives them some sort of clarity and information. On the other hand, then you have the person who is wants to become that multi-millionaire overnight. Okay, and they really haven't got the the they haven't got the foundation in place. They haven't got the clarity in place. They haven't got the planning in place. They haven't got the goals, proper goals in relation to the actual, amount of work that needs to be done to get there. If that makes sense, okay? So these people set huge, massive goals that I want to be having multi-million-dollar house. I want to live in this part of the world, but yet they're not doing the work necessary to get there. Okay, so they're setting unrealistic goals in relation to them. So the first people are setting small goals where they can do it in their job, or they can work a couple of hours overtime. Like they might want a washing machine for the house because the washing machine is broken down, so they can actually do that in their job. So they need to have a dream bigger than that. They need to have something bigger, vision for where they want to go, and that's critically important to the success or failure of any business. This is not just applicable to an online business. This is anything that you want to do that's out of your comfort zone. And I just talked to you about a comfort zone story. Okay, it's a real story. It's something that happened here. They, for a number of weeks, years, we had a kind of a laneway open at the end of our house, our estate, and lots of people came through that laneway, and they were doing that for every day, and they were going to the train station. It was really convenient and stuff like that. And then an incident happened down there where they had to close that off, and what happened is people went back to were kind of thrown out of their mindset, because your subconscious mind just drags you to work in the morning. Your subconscious mind just drags you to where you're going. Your subconscious mind will lead you towards your dreams and your goals as well, but we don't really think about it. It's only your conscious mind that kicks in. And it was almost like, oh, this was a major big deal to a lot of people because it was suddenly closed and they had to walk around an extra 2 minutes to get to the train station. So it doesn't really make any sense. But in our own mindset, we're drawn back to those old programs that we do. So that's really important to understand, that you need to have clarity, you need to have realistic goals, you need to be setting those goals, you need to be working towards those goals, you need to be setting maybe a 2 to 5 year plan rather than a 2 to 5 week plan. You need to understand about goals and how to quantify them, and then making the time for the goals as well, because this is a big thing that people will come up and say, well, I don't have time. I'm working so many hours a week. You know, my mentor was really good, okay, because what he said, if you're working 25 years and you haven't got the time to do what you want to do right now, well, then your system isn't working. He was very straightforward. He's very, in your face kind of thing. And I really like that. Okay. I don't like kind of, beating around the bush kind of stuff where lots of people will bring you on a stranded little journey and do everything like that. So I respected that for him. Okay. Um, what else we got here? Okay, so we have how to set the goals. What you really want. So when you're setting goals, you really need to know what you want, and they just need to be selfish goals. These can't be something that, if you, let's say for example that you have a family or something like that, these can't be, I want to get this for my child. No, that's not the idea of the goal setting. The goal setting is really, what do you want? What is it that you want in your particular life now? Now, for some people, that might be paying the bills in relation to the energy costs and everything that's going up because of the situation of inflation is at nearly 10%. Okay, it's getting way out of control for a lot of people, so they have this fear of maybe just being able to pay those bills off. And that's a very realistic goal. Is a goal that a lot of people will be touched by right now because of the current climate, the current economy, and stuff like that. But if they can do, let's say, for example, they can do an extra 3 hours overtime of work to make all that go away, well, then that's not a big enough goal. They need something bigger than that then to help them through all the challenges that come through. Because what people expect is when they come into any business, they expect everything just to be smooth. It's going to work out like that, but it's not like that. If you've ever seen a heart monitor, do you ever see a heart monitor in the hospital? Well, the beat goes boop, boop, boop. Your heart, when it's going, it's actually beeping up and down. And that's what's happening there, is it's kind of monitoring that the progress isn't going to be always smooth no matter what you do. Okay. And what you do is in life one day could change the next day. So when you have your dreams, your goals set, and everything is set in front of you, well, then they can go after. So your selfish goal might be your favorite car that you want to drive. It might be, bringing your kid. Well, there you go. You bring your kids to Disney. No, what do you want? Maybe you want to go Route 66 with a couple of lads, and you want to get on your back of your motorcycle, and you just want to do the whole Route 66 as you're driving along. Maybe that's something that you want to do. Maybe it's your favorite car. What kind of car is it that you want in your life? If money was no object, what would you look for? And maybe you're into sailing, maybe you're into golfing. I don't really know what people are into, but you know what you're into, and you've got to get a selfish goal. It can't be in relation to your partner, can't be in relation to thing. It has to be something that you really want, and this is going to be the main driving force to keep you going and keep you focused in relation to what you're doing. So when the excuse me one second, another drop of water here now. So um when the challenges come, and there will be challenges, this is another good point that you need to know, is the challenges come, they will come fast sometimes, they'll come quickly sometimes, but if you've got your focus and your dreams and your goals and everything straight forward in front of you, and if they're really really important, and this is what I'm saying, if you go to your job, you might get a couple of hours overtime, and that might do, but it's got to be bigger than that, and it's got to be something that's going to be a driving force or a cause that's going to make you keep going during those challenging times. Okay. So what do we do here? And then if you, let's say for example, you're in a partner situation, you do not write down your goals. You can write down 10 selfish goals for yourself. Okay, but they've got to be selfish. Okay, if you're in a partner, you get them to write down 10 selfish goals of what they want, because the goals will be different for each partner within the relationship. Some people will want to have some things, and then you have to have respect for the other person's goals and dreams. But when you're writing these things down, you do not write them down as a partnership. Oh, we're going to do it together. No, don't do it like that, because what will happen is one person might be a stronger personality within the relationship, and therefore they're demanding that you follow my goal, and that's not going to get the person to where they want to do. So they got to be selfish goals. We got to goals that each people want. Okay, and then the last thing that I want to just touch on is family goals. Family goals is something that you want to do for the family. Now that's where you might say to yourself, well, I want to go bring the kids to Disneyland. Maybe you want to go to Lapland for Christmas. Maybe it's something that you just want to do as a family unit, that you want to travel, or maybe to Italy. Maybe you want to go on a cruise. Maybe there's lots of good things that you want to do, but you need to do that as a family goal. And as you do this, then everybody, once you have these goals down as a family unit and everything like that, and your own goals and everything like that, then and only then can you switch and show them to the other partner, and therefore you'll have a unity, you'll have a synergy in relation to what you're doing. So when your partner comes to you and you're working on something, maybe even it's outside your own career, your own goal, your own workplace, and then you start to focus on what you want to do, they have a clear understanding of why you're doing it, how you're doing it, and sometimes they'll even help you get you where you want to go. And this was taught to me a number of years back by somebody that was very successful. He was the CEO of a company called IBM at the time, and it was phenomenally helpful in relation to where you want to go and what you want to achieve. So hopefully you found this of value. If you're coming on and you just come on straight now, thank you and I appreciate you for coming on. If you found the content in this as well useful, please share it with other people in the community on Facebook, because that helps, everybody. It just doesn't help me, but it helps everybody. So we covered lack of planning, okay, lack of focus, unrealistic goals, setting them too high and setting them too low. We talked about someone else things, um, and your selfish goals, your partner's goals, your family goals. We talked about how to set those goals as well, and of course we just finished up then of just making sure that everybody knows exactly where they're going. So this is the video today. So hopefully you found value in this. If you did, please like and share it. You know what to do there. Um, and I will be posting this video to my YouTube channel as well, because I feel that this content that I'm delivering is of value to somebody. And if you can just change one person's life, that'd be great. Okay. The other reason why I'm doing these videos is a lot of people over the time frame have been asking me, do you do coaching in this area? And for years I've been saying, no, I don't do coaching in this area. Well, that's going to change now. It's going to change from today on, because so many people have just been asking me in relation to this. So what I'm thinking of doing is to put together a program, an online program, to help people. There'll be certain value in this. Okay, it will be in relation to teaching you some of these strategies that I've learned, and a lot more besides. A lot of people don't know this, but I've been studying, this whole personal development industry for about 25 years now. So I've been lucky to be around and meet some very successful people within the industry. Okay, I've been learning from Jim Rohn. I've been learning from Tony Robson. I've been learning from Les Brown, Jack Canfield, many, many more within the industry. And I've learned from Olympic coaches and their mindset and what they do. So I could be bringing that kind of information to you within the program. And additionally to that, I've also got people asking me on a one-to-one basis, can you help me just structure myself, my focus, and my goals and stuff like that? And we will be doing that as well. Also on top of that as well, additionally on top of that as well is I have a vast amount of experience in the internet marketing world as well, and the marketing world. So we do a combination of getting your mindset right, and if it's something then that you want to do, you can actually go on then to understand the whole marketing business for your business, how to attract clients to your business, how to get them into a system for yourself, into a marketing funnel, so that you can actually still give them a lot of value in relation to that. So that's it today. Hopefully, as I said, you got value from this one. Thank you for tuning in, and I'm looking forward to get going and get cracking and helping so many people around the world. And if that's you and that's something that you feel might benefit from this, just drop me a message, PM me, just say, I'm interested. I like your mindset. Can you help me get where I want to go? Okay. And with that said, have a great day and bye for now.